presentations, the hard work that's being put into them. And I know students are excited to hear each other's plans as well. With that being said, I'd like to turn it over to our first speaker, Cheyanne.
Thank you. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay. All right, so good morning, everyone. Today I'll be pitching my advertising campaign idea for Upper Room Brewery. Whoops. My name is Cheyanne Diessner. I am a senior advertising and public relations major with a minor in multimedia, and I'm excited to be graduating here in a couple of weeks. Throughout this presentation, I'll be going over the history of Upper Room Brewery, the background of their business, and then dive into the marketing and advertising objectives, my media strategy, the timing of the campaign, the budget, and give some examples of ads that could be used. So some history of the business. It is owned by Dustin Favinger and Michael Freitag. Michael has been a home brewer of over 10 plus years, and Dustin runs the business side of things, whereas Michael creates the product for the business. They had a soft opening in December of 2020, and they officially opened in January of 2021. Some background of the business includes that it is located on 56th Street in Kearney, so it is not located downtown on the bricks where a majority of other bars and breweries are located in Kearney. They are the only brewery in Kearney to brew their product in-house, and they are also a Christian-based business. So they want to be an extended place of fellowship. Both owners have stated in podcasts, on their social media, and in an interview in class that they just want to be that place people can go to sit down and have a brew and relax. They also have an altar behind the bar to resemble what you would see in a church. So you can see that in the image on the right here. And they also have brews that are named after biblical references, such as Have Mercy, My Beloved, and Puritan. And they also do not serve food. They decided that what they wanted to specialize in might not have been their strength. So they stuck with focusing on brews. So I'll be going over my marketing and advertising objectives, such as my campaign concepts and advertising tactics. So my first objective would be to establish a loyalty program. This would be to recognize a pool of customers and broaden customer opportunity to create a relationship with Upper Room Brewery. It would start with 10 or so customers as members of the loyalty program. They could pick out maybe a few regulars that have already been coming in often, and then broaden the program after a relationship is established with the 10 original participants. And it will keep track of who is in the loyalty pool, who keeps coming back to Upper Room Brewery. And this is attainable because many other restaurants and bars in the service industry have indicated or have already initiated loyalty programs such as point systems or punch cards, which informs us that these programs do actually work and they can be used to create a larger customer pool. It is realistic because improving customer loyalty is imperative to creating an established customer base, and it is timely because customers will be able to generate a relationship with the business. The second objective would be to increase online engagement by 10%. So this would be done by posting on social media a minimum of 3 to 5 times a week to engage with customers, to promote their new brews, to remind customers of their food policy, to lead customers to their new website once it is published, and to promote events and partnerships with other local businesses to boost engagement on social media for both the Upper Room Brewery and for those partnerships. They could measure this by accounting for the number of followers they have before and after the campaign. And it is attainable because Upper Room Brewery wants to inform the public of their new business in Kearney, and their social media is just relatively easy to use. There are tons of tools to help out plan and schedule new posts, and it is relevant to match their budget. they don't have a huge budget to rely on, and social media is free to use. The third objective would be to create reach by advertising to churches in Kearney. They have indicated that they want to be an extended place of fellowship, and they would advertise to local church members by placing ads in weekly church bulletins. This could be measurable by creating a survey or just simply open up times outside of normal business hours to host different Bible studies or different group sessions, and then measure the amount of sales or customers that have increased or decreased at that point. Upper Room Brewery wants to inform the churchgoers of their product and their service, so both their beer and their place to be able to relax and play a game, have a conversation with a peer. And advertising in church bulletins will give them the information they need to be aware of this product and service. It is relevant because Upper Room Brewery is a Christian-based business, and weekly advertisements will help create word of mouth, so people know that the business exists. So my advertising tactics include focusing on the different partnerships that Upper Room Brewery has established. So here you see on the left is the partnership that Upper Room Brewery has with Gambino's Pizza, where if a customer has a pizza delivered, they get a 25% off their order when it is delivered. And then on the right here, I also want to focus on making sure people know that Upper Room Brewery is a extended place of fellowship. So this ad encourages people to host their Bible study at happy hour, which has happened already. And then it also focuses on what specifically is promoted during those happy hour sessions each day. For my media strategy, I'll be going over my target audience, the media channels used, and the media timing. So my target audience consists of people ages from 25 to 60. They are Caucasian. A majority of them are male. They are not necessarily a Christian, but they are open to religion, or at least open to hearing more about the religion. They are churchgoers. They're looking for a place of extended fellowship. They want a break from everyday life. They are couples who have families consisting of children who are particularly young, or they are empty nesters. They want a place to relax and have a beer, and they are educated either with an associate's or a bachelor's degree. So the media classes that will be focused on will be social media, specifically Facebook and Instagram. I will also use public relations in the form of press releases that will be sent to different media outlets to help generate good press for Upper Room Brewery, and then print advertising such as sandwich boards located downtown or other places to help direct people to Upper Room Brewery, and then business cards placed at point of sale, spots at partnership businesses, bulletin or advertisements in church bulletins, and then advertisements in newspapers. My media mix would mainly focus on social media, particularly, again, Facebook and Instagram, just because that is what they have already established. They have quite a good following. They know what they're doing already with their social media, so a majority of their time and energy would be focused on their social media. Public relations is an estimate here just because we can't guarantee who or what news outlets would write about Upper Room Brewery. But so that would be hopeful, as well as creating the word of mouth, the good word about Upper Room Brewery to be spread. And then the rest of the mix would be focused on the print media, such as sandwich boards, newspaper ads, business cards, church bulletin ads, to reach those that might be older and not on social media. So as for my media timing, this calendar here, I'll explain it a little bit. So this would be considered one period or a quarter of the year, and it is divided into 3 separate sections or months. And then the months are then again separated into 4 separate sections. So 4 weeks per month, and then 3 months per period. If the box is highlighted for the corresponding media for that week, then that is when that media would be used. So as you can see, church bulletin ads and Facebook would be used the most, just to help reach that specific target audience, as well as sticking with what they know they are good at. And this does not include public relations or business cards, just because we can't guarantee when public relations would be used, hopefully all of the time. And then business cards would just depend on when partnerships are established. So for the budget, how much will it cost? This overall cost per year, I did account for a domain name for the website, as well as some kind of premium plan for a web hosting. So overall, it would be just over $1,900 or $900, excuse me, per year. Or if you wanted to divide that per quarter, that would be just over $300. But this plan is really flexible. It could be adjusted to match the available funding available for Upper Room Brewery. So that is what makes this plan different. To evaluate the campaign, I would compare this following information from prior months, maybe from the opening to now, to after the campaign, or after each month within the period identified in the calendar on the previous slides. So I would compare the profits before and after the campaign, as well as the number of followers on social media, to help account for how effective the campaign is, as well as send out a survey to current and new customers, whether that be electronic with a QR code that is located in-house, or a link on social media, or it could be printed on the back of receipts. So this campaign focuses on what Upper Room Brewery already does best, and then some. I guess we'll wait for questions at the end, but that is my campaign.
Thank you, Cheyanne, for starting us off. And again, if you've joined us during her presentation, we'll hold off on, hey, I see Dustin here, till the end. If you want to use the chat, please feel free to put in the questions and we can address those at the end. With that, our next presenter is Olivia. I will turn the floor over to you.
Thank you. Let me share my screen here.